with the ladies.
It's your girl Brooke, be the Brooke on Instagram. I've never heard anybody explain the difference between stepping out and cheating until just now. And make sure y'all come follow me. I popped in on my guys at the reserved lunch table. Women's egos are way much bigger than guys.
With love, take off the gloves.
Welcome to the reserved lunch table. Let's get to it.
You got a what's your name voice?
He's laughing because I did the buffalo.
No, it's like
what you call
he
it?
like a fucking creep.
Airline voice.
Like, oh, welcome.
Oh, stewardess?
Yeah, stewardess. Yeah, stewardess voice.
Yo, episode 11. We back. We got a guest. Our homie Brooke. We want her to come in and stand 10 toes down for the ladies.
And I am. And will.
Even though it's not a relationship or dating podcast per se, you know, we're gonna get guests in, and we wanted a lady to come in and to add perspective to, you know, the guy saying our piece. Yeah, we still gonna treat her as such, but yeah, we just want to welcome her to the show.
Thanks for having me, guys.
So yeah, listen, we're gonna give you the just due. We gonna let you pop it up. You gonna break the cherry of episode 11. You posted it today.
I posted it today, and I just feel like this is we just gonna dig right into it.
What the girls got to say?
What the girls got to say. Okay, let me pull it up. So, of course, I reached out to my girls and was like, hey, look, I'm coming on a podcast. What do y'all want these guys to answer? They probably not gonna believe half the answers that come out anyway, but it doesn't matter. We gonna get into it. So, some of the responses, let's get into the first one. How do you navigate power dynamics in a romantic partnership if she makes more money?
If she makes more money?
If she makes more money.
What do you mean by how do you navigate the power dynamic? Like, it should already be set in stone. Like, if this is the guy that you're dealing with, he's supposed to be the captain of the boat, the co-captain. What does the money have to do with anything?
I think you take the money out of it. Like it doesn't. I mean, obviously the money plays a part. What I'm saying, as far as the power dynamic,
yeah.
I think you take the money out of that because that just becomes ego. I don't think that's like driven from a place of like love. It's like who got to say so in the house. You feel me? So that's my take. I think you take the money out of it and you have a discussion about it. Like, all right, and then understand your roles. Have a discussion about what roles are gonna take place and then follow through with it. I think that's the best way to see it.
So, you know, most women feel like if a man don't have money, he's not a man. I think that's where this is coming from.
But
like, you don't have no power now. If I'm the breadwinner and I'm paying the bills, it's no way you even have anything to say back to me. Like, why are you talking kind of thing? That's not me. I'm just saying. I just know.
My understanding, like I forgot who it was. They were on the Breakfast Club and a woman said, Charlamagne was like, yo, you probably only deal with dudes that get money. And she was like, nah, you ain't gotta have more money than me. I just don't have to take care of them. That's what my understanding of is like. So when you saying that when the money is is the variable to that equation, do you have to take care of him or you just make more money than him?
That's a great point. I think it's important for me. I don't even care about the money thing.
You do.
Like you said, if I don't have to take care of you, I don't even need to know that you make less. If I can't tell and it's not showing, we don't even need to have that conversation. That kind of thing.
Right.
But when it gets into the, like I ain't really got it this week. I don't have it next week either. And maybe not the week after that, then it's like, okay, so what you gotta do to have it?
Yeah.
We gotta have that kind of conversation. That's the only thing.
That's a great way to look at it.
But the flip side to that is, what do you do when you come across a nigga who do got the money but you don't feel protected by him? You know what I mean? Like, he got the paper but he can't read the room. He can't alert danger. You know what I mean? He don't know the simple shit. His manhood is his money.
Right.
So he can only flex that. And then you're going to be looking like you either going to cheat on him, you're going to walk over him, or you're going to leave him.
That's important. For most women, I don't know if they do it, but it's a pros and cons list.
Yeah, I think people don't look at both sides.
Like, I don't care who the person is, I'm already starting a list. Or
he got the money, and then because he feel like he got the money, and he may think from a feminine perspective of, like we had a conversation, who makes the goal makes the rules. So he might be controlling.
Right.
You know what I mean? He could be on some shit like, I take care of your life. So, and that's the only way he know how to control you versus establishing dominance when in your presence. You know what I mean? So it's a lot of things that go into everything beyond money. But however, it's a factor for sure. But you gotta look at both sides of it. You know what I mean? Is he a man? A man is a man without anything. You know what I mean? If he ain't got nothing, that's a testament to his true character. You feel me? So, I mean, but that's my take.
Yeah, it with or without it. Like Beyonce could be my girl. Beyonce could be, and that's the difference. So again, we talking about marriage, or we talking about boyfriend girlfriend. So if me and Beyonce is in a relationship, and of course Beyonce will make more money than me. We live in the same house, and it's a party over Beyonce or our house. If I say it's time to fucking end this party, it's time to end this party. They know, oh yeah, this Beyonce house. Oh yeah, and that's when my lady say, oh no, he said it's time to go, so it's time to go. But there's so much emphasis put on money that women forget about the other side of that. Like, this is why you have a lot of women are trying to make more money, thinking that gives you the power dynamic in the relationship, and it doesn't. From the intangibles that Larry just said, you have no other intangible, nothing that drives you as far as your mentality with the relationship but money. So now when you get the money, it's like nothing else comes with it.
That might be the most interesting part of this generation now, because you're right. I think women are intentionally just going after like, oh, I'm gonna be the breadwinner, I'm gonna do this. So if you're trying to replace him, what are you getting him for at this point? Exactly. Because if you're gonna get him just to chastise him, it's pointless.
It's pointless.
And then the guys that you think like, oh, if I'm making this kind of money, I gotta find a guy that makes way more than that. He is not. That's not the personality you want. And 9 times out of 10, you're not even on that guy's radar.
Right.
Because men don't be caring.
Yeah. Right.
He probably messing with a shorty that work at Popeyes and don't even care.
You basically trying to buy. You saving all your money to buy a Ferrari. You don't drive stick.
And a lot
it's unfortunate.
A lot of people be speaking from a place they haven't experienced yet themselves. A lot of people want what other people have or say they want. You know what I mean? Just because it's like buzzwords or it's group thinking or whatever. But a lot of people ain't even never had this shit, because the ones that had it can tell you the different type of the calibers of men. If you got a woman who used to dealing with men with money, she encountered all different kinds of men. She only deals on that surface, so she can tell you the difference between what type of guy says he has money, a guy who's like what's the word, like frugal, like whatever, you know what I mean? So it's like different things she can understand on that level. But a lot of people never been to that part to tell, like, you know what I mean? It's like, oh no, I heard this shit on Instagram. So
right. It's funny that you said, because I've seen a lot of girls tweeting and talking about like, oh, I'm put up.
It sound like robots.
You put up how? Well, I'm very curious as to what that means, because these girls don't be put up.
What does put up mean?
Not even close.
Put up means that you taken care of, your bills are taken care of, X, Y, and Z. But what's the intangibles to that? Like, how far along is that? Like, for you to really be put up, like, what is your name on? To be honest with you, like, what is
the water bill?
Right, you fucking with somebody who's getting money, all right,
car
cool.
Insurance, I'm put
Exactly.
Up.
Even if I pay the apartment is in your name, so he paying for everything. You put up. He get knocked off if he hustling. Then what?
Now what?
Then what?
Now what?
That $3,200 still needs to be paid on the first. Then what?
You put down.
Yeah, like what is, and that's it. You know what I mean? Like, so to answer the question,
It said you put down.
The power dynamic should already be understood before y'all even get to that intimate part of the relationship. Like, I'm a man before anything. When you look at Granny and them, like, Granddad was the man whether he made $5 that week or he made $50,000 that week. Didn't matter, because there's different responsibilities that a man has that he is responsible for. I am responsible for not only take care of you, I'm taking care of us. That's my responsibility. So as you as a woman thinking that money is what puts me in this power dynamic, nah, you still shotgun.
The other thing is, you should, like, to your point, like, you shotgun, but you don't even know how to drive. God forbid something happened to him.
We fucked.
No, you know what I
mean? We had this conversation kinda at that event. It was a question about the going 50-50 on bills. And the reason it got there was I think the young lady like, do I look like I go 50-50 or anything? I don't even know what that looked like, to be honest with you. I'm still trying to figure out what that means. But But it's important that people understand the 50-50 is not split down in the middle. But also, if you have a guy, ladies, hear me out, and this man is paying the mortgage, rent, whatever, utilities, and only thing you worried about is household bills, please understand that does not mean you should not be stacking on the side, because God forbid something happens, you have to be able to pick that up. And if you can't, it's like you don't even deserve to be sitting there just being able to do just utilities only, because why were you not prepared?
Right.
That's the whole purpose. You're not just out here doing it just to do it. Like, you gotta be doing something smart on your end just in case, because shit does happen.
What was the point of even getting to that point if that's not the kid? Like, if you telling me, oh, women are more educated than before, we making money now. All right, so y'all got to this point, then what is the insurance policy? What do we even get? What are you telling me you make that for? So you want a guy who makes more money than
She
you.
telling you she don't want to live a certain life. Like, I'm not going to be broke, buck down.
Right.
You got to, I like this. I want to go flying. I want to do that. That's what they telling you in that whole sentence.
But you said irresponsible with money.
No, 100%.
Which affects the family.
Because it don't matter how much money you make, if you don't have any financial literacy, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter at all. If I'm a man and I make, well, of course I am a man, but if I'm making X, Y, and Z dollars, right? And I'm in this relationship and I'm dealing with this woman and I take care of everything, then you telling me, you on the gram telling everybody you make this type of money, I got the bag, boo, 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 and then I can't come to you and get a couple dollars from you. What are we talking about at this point? What are we talking about?
And I feel like subconsciously, your partner, you're supposed to naturally feel that. Like, we in this together. I shouldn't feel like if you fall short, then we done.
Right.
You know what I mean? It just don't make sense to me. I'm like,
If you go broke, because that was the question y'all talking about.
Right.
If you go broke, is he still a man? And it's like, well, how did he go broke? Did he go broke because of you? Did he go broke
Did you
because
break his pockets? He trying to keep up with
being an
what you
entrepreneur?
requiring and what you asking for, and now boom.
At being an entrepreneur and being a hustler, there's ups and downs. It's a roller coaster. One moment, like Jim Jones said, one moment it could be, I can't get the Chanel bags. Then one moment it's Chanel bags every day if you want. That's a part of being a hustler, is ups and downs. Yeah. But as you as my lady, if you're only in it for that, then it's like, what are we doing here? And that's on men to be responsible enough to say, yeah, I'm just gonna fuck you and give you a couple dollars and we'll just keep it at that, right?
You gotta be able to see that. Some of it is just at face value.
I feel like how you just said, like if you talking to a guy, like the same way it's like, oh, I don't got it this week or whatever. You understand patterns, and men are habits of creatures. I mean, creatures of habit. I fucked it all up. Creatures of habit. So you gonna see when something's off, even if he don't want to tell you, but your intuition that y'all only have when it's bad things should kick in that moment. Like, nigga, something ain't right. Even without testing his manhood, you find a way in there to be like, man, let me make sure. I seen you falling short, but like that's what makes a possibility of a wife from a girlfriend. Those moments where you get to shine, like, yo, listen, I need you to know that as long as you got me, I got us.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's one of them things where I think a lot of people just taught everything a man's supposed to do, even down to the whole phrase of like provide, protect. When you are providing, you need an assist. You feel me? Like, women supposed to assist who provides. You feel me? But they don't never hear that part. You feel me? So it'd be like, and then it'd be like, assist. What the fuck am I supposed to do? You know what I mean? It's like,
I'm here.
I'm here.
Your examples is Tyler Perry movies. You don't have any of those examples at home. Mom wasn't married. Granny wasn't married. Auntie and them ain't married. So it's like, where are you getting these ideals from? You're getting it from Twitter or X. You're getting it from social media. So you don't even know how to, even if you get one of those guys that you say that you want, how do you retain those guys?
And in their defense, we all trying to figure this shit out. This all new to us.
Yeah.
Y'all just started being able to really get money at a large amount of, women or whatever. We are dealing with the shift of, all right, they gonna get more jobs. Y'all getting the jobs, the Mexicans getting the jobs. So niggas is start their own shit, or they going a different route that they probably shouldn't go. But whatever it takes to really stay valuable to society, niggas is going that route. Whether it take a little longer, they choose to move a little faster. You feel me? But everybody figuring this shit out. But it's like, it seemed like only the men is trying to figure. It's cool with like, yo, listen. When y'all figure all this shit out, when y'all ramping and raving on the internet all day, we still present for y'all. We still want to be with y'all, but at this point, what the fuck? You know what
I think if you take it a step further, I go by generations. Like in the 70s, well, let's start with ours. We 80s babies, well, born in the 80s, grew up in the 90s. Our generation, the best era ever.
Yeah.
Best era ever.
What she said she young? What, you was 2000? You look young. It's like she about 10, 15.
92.
92.
Oh yeah.
I don't even talk to you if you was born after Reason Without Cancer.
Oh yeah. That's looking crazy.
That's a whole other conversation. That's 96. But
Still
80s.
millennial though, right? Yeah.
So what are we? Gen X? Generation X?
No, we millennials.
No, millennials. I'm just at the end.
Millennials stopped at like what, 90?
I think
it's
96.
Where it started?
It started 88 or 87, one of them. It could be 86.
And I thought it went to 94. It go past
Right
90. Oh, it might be 96.
It go to 90
I think
something.
it's 96.
It might be 96.
But
And they really don't deserve to be with us.
They don't. These motherfuckers are drunk.
they just made it. 96. Reasonable Doubt. That was the greatest year in hip hop right there. 96.
Yo, we went through the crack era, my nigga.
96 when it stops, yo. Movies, rap, all that stopped in 96. But real quick, my point was like, so the 80s babies, what, 2000?
It's 81 to 96.
Oh, okay, 25 years.
Yeah, that's a.
So the 80s babies, we sitting there like, all right, well, y'all bullshit y'all saying, cause we ain't even paying attention to that. That's a percentage of our men to be like, yeah, all right, man, look, what's going on?
Yeah, right.
The 90s babies is like another 50% is like, all right, shit, y'all, all right, cool. Y'all saying that's what y'all doing? Fuck it, all right, let's see what it is.
Yeah.
These do 2000 babies,
Different.
they are holding y'all to that fire.
Yeah.
They, you get money. Oh, all right, cool. When we go to STKs, when that 750 come up, I need your 375. I need that.
Yeah.
And then these young niggas, they drag it like that. They gonna pull a big nine out
And do
you
it.
can't call them broke.
Yeah.
So now they holding you to that. You just gonna be sitting there dumb as shit, like, yo, really? You broke? You something ass nigga.
Yeah.
These new
You a clown.
niggas, these new ones, they holding you to that.
Yeah.
Our generation, we know y'all. Fuck out of here.
Yeah.
90s babies is like 70% of them are probably like, all right, hold y'all to that. But these 2000 plus babies,
They different.
Oh yeah, they different. They hold you right to that.
They got different.
Oh no, this ain't no free ride. Where you 1500 at?
I have never seen women move so boldly with
No,
certain things. I've never
Me
even imagined that times would get to this, and I just see stuff like even when I'm at the bar, I'll just be watching like, damn, like, oh, y'all really on
What
it.
you
Like,
think caused that?
social media.
Social media.
We
All the
really
bad
did.
girls, baddies. Y'all done turned to that shit. That shit is crazy.
If y'all
I don't even watch that. I couldn't even tell you what happens on there aside from the fights, but I think it's because it hits my timeline.
If
I
y'all
don't watch
remember, I don't know if this is some conspiracy theory shit or whatever, but if y'all remember, a little after the Million Man March, it was like a women's march, like a feminist.
The the sisters march, million women's march.
All the T-shirts saying it was a big marketing campaign of the future is female, and ever since then it's been heavily drawn like female-related things, like females as smartest, they are graduating from college, they are making the most money, whatever.
Not true.
All the shows is like centered around that. All the social media is like literally to the point where a nigga voice is this big, and even if he want to be outspoken, it's like he get dodged. Like
they got the females involved. So the Me Too movement, because women were always in society kind of like held down. Like us as black men, we didn't control society, so we know who was holding them down.
Right.
So once there's an empowerment movement, and most women can agree with it, like, yo, I was shortchanged at my job over here in Hollywood, they're making me sleep with this director to get a job. Since we all know that exists, and even us as men can say like, yo, it's wrong for men to oversert their power to get what they want.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So once we all bought into that, because it's righteous, so it's a righteous thing. What they did was manipulate this righteous thing of the Me Too movement, or, you know what I'm saying, or women finding some level of power or balance. Now they move it into the space, like when they established was it Black Lives Matter on the website. It was something about, the language was something about making communities less male dominated. Yeah. And so now they move into that, where now we are seen as the enemy of the woman. We're seen as the woman's enemy. And so, right, because we're all out to exploit. We're all out to hold them down. We're all out to dominate them. So now we're seen as their enemy, and that's the crazy
Yeah, the
buzzwords.
fucked up part, we paying for some shit that we ain't even in control of.
And competition I ain't even signed up for.
Yeah, even the election with the votes, it's like we still
Blame it
I
on
was
us.
going to say that. I mean,
Yo, that's crazy.
But that's
That's like beating your child, my nigga. Like going home, work was crazy and slapping your kid. No, come on.
No, it was your fault.
But the goal from fuck niggas we don't need, or fuck man we don't need, man, to y'all
We needed y'all vote.
Yeah, it's like what the fuck y'all just said? Fuck us forever long.
80s babies, we like, okay, all right.
Can I play devil's advocate?
Yeah, let's go.
Let me play devil's advocate because I wasn't. Y'all know it's very rare that I ever be on some fuck nigga shit.
Yeah.
However, election day in the days leading up, I was very pissed off.
Why?
With men in general.
Why was that?
Because it was. But you gotta give us the benefit of the doubt because we're only going based off what we can see, what our algorithm is showing us, and it's nothing but men. Black ones at that, bragging about, oh, I'm not voting, that shit dumb. If you're catching these strays, because that's what we're seeing on our timeline, it's just a bunch of niggas like, oh, I'm not voting for him, or it's some real bold niggas that's like, oh, I'm voting for Trump. Yeah. Why the fuck are you coming on here saying it's like you can't have our back this one time? Like that's.
Where was all this when Hillary was running? No, but where was all this when Hillary was running? Y'all wasn't on the.
Yeah, we were.
Y'all wasn't on the number. It wasn't nothing like this, bro.
Oh my god! Well,
y'all cried. Y'all cried. Snip, snot came out their nose. They was mad yelling.
Let me take it back because it depends. I will say I noticed this generation also don't give a fuck about this kind of stuff. They're not even interested. They're not getting into it. I mean, they might pull up to get the oh look guys I voted sticker. They don't care.
I'm happy for that too.
But
to an extent.
For me, I think because the moment I was able to vote is damn near every election has been important. It went from Obama to okay, baby, we could get Hillary in here. That shit did not happen. You mean to tell me we getting Trump? Are you fucking kidding me? Then okay, we going for Biden. I'm voting for Biden because I don't want Trump. That's how bad this candidate is. Like we're not going. If it was anybody but Trump, niggas probably wouldn't have cut no flag.
But y'all fell for the Democrat. Again, man, as I say over and over, from what he just talked about, the Million Man March, then these white women started using y'all for y'all numbers, as they always do, just how the feminist movement start, use y'all for y'all numbers to support their movement, and then when they done with you,
they done.
Back
They
to the ghetto
showing
you
up.
go. See, and this is when we start to pay more attention to the minority than the majority, because majority of black men weren't even talking about that. And to put in context what I was talking about, what I just said, as far as I'm glad this generation isn't caught up into the, oh, I'm going to vote thing, not saying not vote. This election in particular was, we need to be past the, I'm trying to make history shit. Is this a good candidate? Yeah. Fuck all that other shit. Yeah. I don't care. Oh, this is going to be the first. You got me Obama the first one. First black president.
Twice he got niggas.
Voting.
Back to back he got niggas.
What you talking about? I'm voting. We got to get to a point now where back then that generation, what they were doing, they were making history by just doing. It wasn't, I'm gonna go do this so that we can be in the history books. That's what this generation is starting to realize and not being a part of it. You're not just gonna stick a woman in front of me and just, not saying I didn't vote for Kamala, but you're just not gonna stick her in front of me and say.
Niggas scared to death.
No,
you better not say you.
No, because I'm always gonna call a spade a spade.
Like I gotta go home tonight.
I'm always gonna call a spade, but at the end of the day, it's like, yo, we're too caught up on trying to make history instead of just, all right, we're in this moment. Yeah. Fuck all of that. If you ain't talking the right shit, I ain't voting for you.
Yeah.
I'm in agreement. However, as a woman, it was Trump or anybody. It didn't matter. This is just the candidate that we had to be. I'm not
y'all
giving.
Keep saying as a woman, as a black person, we gotta live in the same world.
Yeah, we together. Stop separating them. Let the white folks separate.
So let me just ask y'all something. I'm saying as a woman because no other male president has come in their presidency and said, you know what, I'm not even going to allow you to choose what to do with your body. That's Trump. That's why I said as a woman. However, we're considering you guys when this is the same president that's sitting there telling people, oh, you know what I mean? Hey, if a shooting happens, I'm on the cop side. I'm giving them immunity. That affects us. That affects our brothers, our sons, our husbands. So we upset about it. And to see a nigga get online and say,
even the first part you just said affects us too.
Yes.
We already don't exactly. So
It does.
You can't
It
say
actually-
as a
How does the
woman.
first part affect us? Because we don't got no say. So if you,
Exactly.
any nigga in this room ever asked a chick for abortion, she gonna say fuck no.
My point exactly.
Now if she want it, she
Y'all
gonna say
not
give me the
fucking
money.
So that's my point
Nah,
exactly.
fuck that.
So as
Now, that's
men,
why I got kids.
as
They
men-
said no.
As
I got
men,
kids.
we don't have reproductive rights at all.
At all.
So
None.
we always think about the side of, all right, if he doesn't want to have the child and she wants to, she can have it. We don't think about if he wants to have the child and she can't and she aborts it. It still affects us.
Yes.
It still affects. It takes two to make a child.
Y'all some murderers on the low too. Y'all ain't shit. I starting to learn women ain't shit.
But
Y'all,
when-
I never killed no babies.
With this election, with this all together, with bring the point back home, we start seeing the division.
who it is, right.
This was put in here
Yeah.
particularly to make us be divided, man. That's the whole point of the whole shit. For
Yeah.
us to be divided. It ain't no as a woman, as a man. It's us.
Okay, for
Y'all
us,
got trick bag. Y'all
For
been
us,
getting trick bag for a long
it's
time.
upsetting to see niggas get
How you think- how
online
you
and
think
say
it
they're not
is?
voting, or upsetting to see niggas go online like, oh, I'm voting for Trump because this is what he's doing for the businesses, and it's a nigga that don't even have a business.
Welcome
He's
to-
not even talking to you. Why do you even have it?
Welcome to the
it's
world.
upsetting.
Welcome
So it's
to the
like,
world.
all right.
Imagine being a man as a man, and for 20, 30 years, you said on social media, we need to kill all these brown and black babies. Men ain't shit. Men ain't never been there before us. We the niggas that's in your corner.
Yeah.
Imagine seeing that for 20, 30 years.
I did put my disclaimer out that I said I
Y'all talking
never
about for
fucking
3
niggas.
months. You talking about for 90 days some shit y'all had to deal with. Come on. This was 90 days y'all had to deal with that shit.
Yeah.
This shit been happening before your father was born. Niggas been, they've been putting women against black men for forever. We sitting here like, God damn. Imagine, small example. You got your business. You go online and say, yo, shout out to the boss bitches who don't need no nigga for no money and this, and I got my, and I'm sitting there like, damn, I just was here to say congratulations. How did I get into this? I didn't sign up for this competition. It's a competition that we didn't sign up for. You don't see men doing that. I open my business. I don't say shout out to the nigga who don't need no strong black woman behind him to get. We don't do that. We need to let y'all have your behind every strong
man, strong woman.
even if it ain't true.
Not no more.
I always think they're kind of saying that that they need us, and they're celebrating not needing us. But you're almost saying you need us.
Yeah, like you,
A trick bag.
you can say you made
That's
sense.
exactly what it is. But like you said, it goes back. That goes back to slavery. That goes back to we're gonna go ahead and beat him in front of the family, make him look like he's less of a man.
But
It really
break it
goes
all
back
that.
that far.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate because that's just some chains that we have yet to break on
We're
our
trying to
end.
get y'all all to understand that you take care of me and I'm gonna take care of us. We're trying to get y'all to understand that, but then they dangling this card over here for you to think that something over here that ain't there. And then, like I just said, the 80s and 90s babies, we letting your ass touch the fire and say, yeah, I told you that shit was hot. That's what's happening.
You gotta become a passport, bro. Yo, fuck all this shit. You getting out of America, man.
But the crazy thing is, I ain't even an advocate of that shit because it's like we know it exists. It's just a trust factor that our society as a whole is trying to get through. Like we trying, like I said, trying to figure that shit out because it's like even when we go, if we was to go that route, they don't know us like they know us. You feel me? So it's like the first bad experience, they gonna give us racial slurs, all kind of shit. You feel me? So it's like, you know what I mean? So it's just a different fight from there. It ain't even. It's the same fight because I think all women just gonna be women. You feel me? But we are programmed differently as a community. You feel me? So it's same as them. You know what I mean? They all brought up a certain way. We brought up a certain way. Even if it came down to them being whatever stereotype is put on them. We still built for that shit. We still strong enough to deal with them. That's why we consider the strongest community, you feel me, of them all, and the most envy because of it, even though we don't know why.
Exactly.
But I'd rather that.
How much is enough? That's what comes the foundational question. How much is enough to where you got somebody that's sitting there like, yo, I'm fighting for you. I'm fighting for us. But then I'm still I gotta fight this motherfucker right here who's gonna be systemically racist against me.
Right.
Then I gotta fight against this person right here who envy me. Then I gotta fight against this person. Then the person that's supposed to be behind me or on my side, I gotta watch for her too.
Right.
At what point is a fucking enough?
Some niggas just bowing out. Like I'm actually comfortable by myself.
It is like, yo,
It's stressful as shit
It
for us
is.
as well. Thank you very much.
We don't
It's
want to take
stressful
away
as
from
shit,
it.
See what I mean? We never
But
said it wasn't.
it is. It's like somebody gotta put the gloves down. And it's gonna be us.
We already did.
It's gonna be us, but it's for whatever reason. I'm not gonna. It's gonna sound terrible, but the more that we get to do what we didn't get to do in the past, or the more money we get to make, the more say we think we have. Them gloves is just gonna stay right there. They might just keep getting bigger.
See, I
realize them gloves is heavy.
Yo, oh my God. Oh my God. That's why we gotta go to it. We gotta take a break. But I definitely want to touch on it because you got a lot of women who keep talking about this shit as if they doing something new. You're not the first. None of you walking across the stage is hearing for the first time ever, this person has a doctor's degree. None of you. None of you are hearing that. None of you are hearing. Madam C.J. Walker was a multi-millionaire in the early 1900s from cosmetics. None of you have never. None of this shit is new. Like, I'm tired of hearing that shit. We get more money now. Every HBCU was invented in 1850. Mine was a teacher school. None of you are doing anything new. But yo, we gonna pay some bills. We got Brooke here. We live and direct. Tap to the brand. Hold on.
It's your girl Brooke. Be the Brooke on Instagram.
Man, we back, man. It started out spicy, but it's getting good. It's super healthy for the environment, man. I understand that what we doing here is to come to an understanding for both of us. We say everything with love. Take off your gloves.
Yo, I got so we let Brooke introduce it, but one time I want to switch gears a little bit. I was thinking about this. It's called scrolling. Random topics come up. Let me make sure I read it right. And my notes today, we usually go off the tizzy.
I know Pat man,
Is he?
He'll give us so many big words right now.
So now that we have a woman on a panel to speak for women, and we got some that's going to, of course, be in the comments. How do women go about picking the guys out the group? So I saw a meme where the guy was like, it was a funny Denzel, I forgot the movie, I think it was Fences or something, or Equalizer. And he was like, the song and everything is on, and he was like, the girl picking the quiet one out the group, not knowing that I got the most hoes.
Yeah. I seen that too.
How do y'all go about picking the men in general, but especially if it's a group? How do y'all go about that? What are some of the telltale signs? Is it just them being quiet, or what is it?
I'm gonna keep it 100. I'm probably the last person to speak on something like this because I have picked the wrong person before. However, you gotta come around a little bit more. The quiet ones, we are starting to realize they are the worst. Before we did our research, I would say like maybe a couple years ago, especially pre-pandemic, if he was quiet, it's like, oh, that's the one. He probably don't got no bitches. He don't got no ex-girlfriends that still think they their girlfriend, no baby mama drama, none of that. We going after him. And we were sadly mistaken. But because they're quiet, it is why they get away with so much shit, because they don't have to talk much at all. And still, yes, you can't even go back and forth with somebody. Like, it's not even, you're not gonna get what you was looking for out of that. Now, you gotta come around a few times. At least for me, I've noticed it's a lot easier if you're around that group and you doing your pros and cons that I was speaking on earlier. And you just gotta figure out which one is because it's gonna be a fun one. It's gonna be a fun one in the group for sure. And then it's going to be one that you like, oh, that's the one with money, because he always, let me just, what's the tab, give it here kind of thing. And then there's one that you just don't even know how he quite got in the group. You can't really figure it out, but it's like he might be like a childhood friend or something, that's why he's still around. But you kind of got to do your list. We doing intake now. We trying to figure out, okay,
why women fucking in a group anyway, though? I don't understand.
So that's what we're trying to prevent.
Out the group.
We're trying to prevent fucking in the group. You got to make it right.
You got to be dealing with anybody in the group with the initial contact.
Yeah.
If you see them like
first interest,
how do you weed through the bullshit? And what a lot of the answers that I've been noticing that we've been getting, that women are just horrible at reading the room.
Yeah. No observation at all.
No observation skills are on 3.
I take that back.
Awareness is bullshit.
Worried about the wrong shit. Women will come and be like, damn, that nigga got a nice watch on and I like those shoes. You looking at the wrong stuff. Absolutely. But that person that's looking is pocket watching. So 9 times out of 10, you want a person that's going, oh, let me take you here, I'm gonna take you out the country for this.
Women
You
are
looking for the
hunters,
spinner.
Women are hunters, men are.
Right.
For sure.
Hunters.
I get that though.
For sure.
I get that. I'm with them, not with them on making the wrong decision, but I think even when men do it, right? Because I think even when we ask ourselves that, I remember having a conversation with these groups of girls, and I was like, I think that, well, I don't speak for myself. I think that men, when we go to pick, we picking for different reasons. If it's somebody we just trying to crack, or if it's somebody we choosing. I always say the first runner up is always the one you crack. The second one is always the best one. The one who don't get the most attention, but behind all of the exterior shit, she got everything together. She's wife worthy. The first one used to the attention. She got every popular nigga. She got whatever going on. Just through my observation, I could be wrong, but when we picking from that aspect. Like, depending on what type of guy you are, determines what type of woman you trying to pick. If you're a player nigga, it's like I'm going for the first one is the challenge. Like, oh, all right, she the most popular one out the crew. I want that one. The one who might be more of I'm looking for a keeper. He like, I see her, but that one right next to her, she the one to dress her. She the one tell her if the outfit work or not.
Right.
She know all the popular restaurants. The first girl just take the pictures and all that kind of shit.
Right.
Stay relevant, but she really got the sauce next to her. You feel me? So
She the one.
you feel me?
See, that's a great point though, because I think women wake up. Not I think, I know. I've seen it a few times. We don't have today I'm just looking for a nigga to fuck.
Mm-hmm.
It's not for whatever reason. We are looking for Mr. Right. Like, okay, I'm gonna go to the bar and I'm gonna find me a nigga, and he's gonna fall in love. Like that's what it's gonna be. That's not it. That's not happening.
I missed it right now.
Sound good.
At all. Look good saying it. I know that shit has stuck with me because it is so true sometimes.
I think. Oh, I didn't go ahead. You finished?
Yeah, go ahead.
As far as on the flip side, I agree with Love saying, but in the same breath, that still is the one that even that I'm trying to crack still is going to have the intangibles of the one that I would want to wife. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm a silent killer. I'm a sniper. I know that I'm a sniper. So when I was outside, the one that I'm looking for is the one that isn't the loudest, the one that isn't in the way. That's the one I'm going to pick. Even she the popping one, you just do too much. Like you just in the way. If you hit her, she before you even get your pants up, the whole group chat knowing all that. Like I can't. When you get to a certain age, like that's not shit that I'm even looking for. Mm-hmm. So I think even with the ones you just trying to crack, it's just like, nah, baby, you do too much. I can't even really. That's
why I say depending on what type of man you are, that determines what type of woman you did see that. You feel me? Because your caliber, what you can read and what you ain't with is gonna be like, I can already spot what I don't want in you.
Right.
Even though they could damn near be similar, she just a little more polished. You know what I mean? Like she could pop it for real if she want. The friend could pop it, but she just like, I just enjoy this shit. I ain't doing it for everybody else. It's just my thing. But my friend know that. But my friend know she the one behind every bad bitch picture. It's the homegirl who really be like, bitch, take it like this. Yeah. Whatever. Post at this time. Whatever. She probably know the analytics of that shit and all that. To the point where, again, she becomes beneficial to you. Let's say you a fucking content creator, or you just creative but don't know how to do content, but she slick with the shit. She got them qualities that you probably didn't even know you needed. Versus the other one, like, I don't fucking know, just post this shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
you got Ace, you got Rich, and then you got Elfo. That's really how you determine, like, all right, they all cool, they all get money. Motherfucker just too loud right there. They doing too much. You want to be this motherfucker right here. They clean. He loud, but he ain't trying to be loud. He just the room grasps him even naturally when he walks in. This person over here, he really getting money, but he just really out the way. Yeah. Don't want to be seen. You don't even know the nigga name for real.
You notice.
That's how we look around like, no, what's up with her right there? Yeah. That's the one that's really, and she really trying to go too. Yeah. She might even whisper that in your ear.
Yeah.
I feel like that's also the difference too when guys coming up and scoping out the scenery with a girl group versus girls coming up scoping out the scenery with a guy group. Yeah. It's not one nigga in a group that's going to do too much. Because honestly, I really feel like with guys, it's like, okay, this one girl came over here. I don't care who she choose because I know she got homegirls. So even if she go with my homeboy, she might bring some other bitches around, and I know I can still. Girls, it's shicey as a motherfucker on that side.
Even
it's
if
like,
you don't want them, that's the petty part with y'all. Even if you don't want them,
but you gonna mess it up because it's on some. Oh, you think you? Nah. Like, oh, let me.
Why you trying to talk to my homegirl? He tried to talk to me in the bathroom. You told me you didn't want no smoke.
And if it's us, we gonna chalk it like. Even if we found out you try to talk to him, it's like because we gonna look like bitches to each other. Like we can't do that. We can't be like, man. It's gonna be like, damn,
you ain't gonna have that conversation.
Like fuck it, like he got it, like fuck it.
That's crazy when you really break down the science of that shit on how we both maneuver in those type of atmospheres. It's like a polished player to the game, a polished one is going to say, like you just said, she tough. I know she tough. But tough begets tough. So I'm not going to try to get her because I know she has a plethora of other women that's coming with her.
Y'all not competing.
You can't be that guy with the pink thing hanging out. Like the dog. You can't be that. You can't try to. In certain groups, some groups had that with, man, you'll try to fuck everything that came through. Bro, some things got to go into, some women have to go into the homie pile. Even if you thinking to the benefit of your own, no, she gonna bring another crew right. She got cousins. She got if you try to fuck everything that goes.
Cousins, friends, you never know what.
How many times you dodged a bullet like that too? Like, oh, I'm black on juice, man. Maybe I'll let you have it. How many times you looked and you thought, man, I'm glad I didn't jump out the window on that.
Listen.
Oh my gosh.
It's that when you're a sniper, it's this accuracy. It ain't just you ain't shoot.
That's why you snipers.
You ain't bow.
Every sniper has made a wrong decision once
That's
before.
how they became snipers, though.
Right, no bullshit.
One like, damn.
Move too fast, mission target.
It's the quality over quantity at that point. Like now it's patience. Like, okay, cool. Let me wait my. Oh, okay.
You started as a shooter and became a sniper.
Exactly. You start taking calculated risks now. Now it's like, okay, all right. No, okay, she moving like this. I don't like that.
Walk that down.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk that down. Don't worry about it.
We gotta do better. As women, we have to do better when we pull up to scope the scenery. We gotta. But I will say, this is going back to what you were saying. Like 80s, 90s babies is who has to do better. These 2000s kids, they got that shit down pat. Like, it's literally that's a nigga Rolex. He taking the tab. That's who I'm on. They don't even care about whoever is sitting over. You might not even be their type, but they on it because you paying. Yeah, but they the ones that still gonna hold your feet to the fire too. Like,
because they only know one type of nigga. Right. Like, I think what's gonna happen. I don't even think it's a now thing. I think it's damn near like a rite of passage thing for women, just through my observation. Because even when we was 21 and 23, the women that was our age was doing what they do now. It seemed like 21 to 23 is like, well, I'm gonna say 25 realistically, but I'm gonna say 23. That bracket is like you in your prime, you the prettiest that you ever gonna be. You get everything you want. You going for the top tier nigga. You going for the fun nigga. Whatever. By the time you get to 25, 27, it's like, I'm kind of tired of this shit.
Yeah,
you seeing it happen now? Like,
no.
That was cool back.
But then
slow that.
But that's why though. You slow that.
Slow that.
Or your caliber of a nigga change, or you tired of seeing nigga, God forbid.
Why did
your boyfriend got killed?
Because it's a new regime coming in every May.
But this is a guy you chasing. So I'm like, you know what I mean?
And you picking wrong anyway, because what I'm noticing with a lot of women of today, they're confusing a guy with money with him being generous with it.
Yeah.
Because he has money, he got the rollie on, he paying every tip. That don't mean that
but sometimes they just want the status. They just want the status to be like, oh, I'm standing next to the money, so I got money. So
what
you got?
Never buy nothing for her. There's a girl out there right now that's sticking beside her. Just say, oh yeah, that nigga right there with the money. That's mine.
You go online and say, yo, you gotta pay to play.
And now here's what I'm gonna give y'all shit though with that, with what you just said. Because if you smart and you know how to align yourself. This nigga.
No, I was checking you out.
If you smart and you know how to align yourself, you constantly attaching yourself to status brings your value up for the nigga. Because basically a lot of I'm gonna say men and women. A lot of men turn up women and women turn up men. So it could be a girl that a nigga never paid no mind, but because she fucked with a certain type of guy, now she becomes like, oh shit, I gotta see what that's about just because he had her. Or vice versa. If a nigga got a girl and he treat her a certain way, in most cases the girls don't even want him. They want what he do for her. You feel me? So it's like if you stand next to status, you're gonna always be in that room. Cause I'd be impressed by the bitches who be like, I ain't gonna say bitches, but I'd be impressed by the girls who be like, they only deal with this caliber of a man, and they always be next to him. They always next to one. Like I be like, how the fuck do they do this shit? They get what they want. They could be the brokest woman ever. Look at all the burgers in the world, everything.
It's insane.
Thank you.
I don't know, but it's like to your point, it works. You know what I mean?
But that's on their pros and cons.
If you smart, if you smart.
What's the end goal when it comes? Because that's what we were just talking about on the first segment.
Yeah.
What's the end goal?
Yeah.
You got the bag, you got the why, all that shit cool. But then what? Then what?
The end goal supposedly now is everybody is trying to settle down. Nobody out here just dating for fun now.
That's only because it's Christmas coming.
Yeah.
Niggas want to sit down.
It's
Cold.
If you're dealing with a generous guy, and then all right, you're dealing with not even generous guy. You're dealing with a guy with money, but you're not getting anything from that. Now you're just getting passed from guy to guy. Like, what is the end goal? Like, what are we trying to do? Are we trying to get in a relationship? Because attention and retention are two different things.
That's survival.
You can be around. You can be around it. Like, all right, yo, you always in the. Yeah, you might be making his status go up because a guy's always going to have women around him, especially if you're in that type of element. But what is the end goal? All right, you got the Birkin out of him. Then what?
That's it.
That's like.
That's it. And you're going to try to run that same trick
I'm
5 more times
Birkin,
with 5 different people.
But that Birkin gives her status for another nigga who just like him, or
Not even for the nigga, for the women around her. That give her
too.
status.
But the niggas gotta keep providing it. That
Yeah.
lifestyle.
But you're not being smart by actually brick by bricking it. Now you just a nigga, you just a woman who got hella Birkins.
No, for
and
sure.
then you 40 at the day party.
Yeah.
Now you
competing with the 23-year-old.
Exactly.
And you're
That's why I
losing.
say survival, because it
You are
becomes a
losing.
pattern of, because I think most people are afraid of losing their status or whatever they do. So if you're known for this and you change your lifestyle, this comes with it. But because you only know how to get a nigga this way, you know how to get a nigga, not keep a nigga. So in most cases, it's going to be, this Birkin shows that I'm going to get another one of the same type of niggas to get me the same type of things until it becomes so repetitive that it's like, I'm tired of this shit, you know what I mean? Like, but that's that age gap.
now you move to Atlanta and talk about new me.
And you fuck with an African.
That's
You're back on top. That's
I'm all for whatever. If you like it, I love it. But I'm a scratch paper guy. What is the end goal? What are we trying to do? Because you telling us I'm only fucking with niggas with money, and you gotta pay to play. But the niggas with money are not paying at all. They fucking you for free.
And you making it hard for the niggas who barely got it.
There's no substance there. Like, and I think that's and the reason that you're going from different guy to different guy, even though they got money, is because eventually these niggas are realizing, like, yeah, this ain't it. I'll get a little bag or something, but next.
He was smart enough to understand to build from what the game is here. You with me because you like to be with a guy with status. I'm with you because you are helping my status grow. But I understand to when I pile these bricks up.
We reached the peak here.
Oh yeah, I know when to cash out. I'm where I need to be. All right, now let's go ahead and make another play here, make a play here. You just sitting there like Will Smith at the end of the Fresh Prince series. You in an empty room like. But you got the Birkins though.
Yeah, everything right there.
You got the Birkins though. None of that. And if you look at that shit, none of that shit go. If you really look at the whole, if you look at the whole play, none of that shit go together. So now you got Birkin bag. You got the Birkin bag. You got the rolling Birkin bag, rolling. You got the nice studio apartment in the fucking Central.
It's the starter kit. It's the Cuban chain.
Because they don't go together.
Yeah.
They don't go
This
together.
Central is crazy because I know it. I've seen it.
I be knowing.
I seen a busted ass Central at that, and I could not believe my eyes. Like, wow, this is really. That's when I realized how shallow it really is.
Because nothing is wrong with the Central at all. Nothing is wrong with that. But now you start looking at shit like, yeah, that don't even go together. Like how would you? Because you mismanage your pussy. You mismanaged it.
This pussy mismanagement.
Pussy mismanagement is a real thing. Just like money mismanagement is a real thing. You were on the ride and didn't know when to get off the exit.
But we also have to be better as women outside of the pussy mismanagement. It's like, if you really are trying to be in a relationship or wanting to go further, you gotta be better. Like, you can't, I see a lot of women with the, I'm not doing wife things for a nigga that's not my husband. I'm not doing.
But
it's no way that you're gonna even catch the attention long enough if you're not doing something that's like, you know what, okay, I see that.
Especially a guy who's on the status that you want. If he,
because that's what they looking for.
There is really no in between when it comes to that. Unless you are a virgin, there's really no way in between.
Yo, did you see the new shit they got out?
What?
They got the fucking BBL for the vagina. I met a lady the other day with the shit in the line. She got the brand new pussy.
Man, somebody
everything. No, she got the brand new pussy. Nobody touched it ever. Brand new. I said, get the fuck out. It's called a. It's the vagina BBL. Look it up. Don't believe me.
No,
she got it.
She got it. I'm like, they got BBL, they got BNP.
She got it.
Somebody got the 97 Act Legend.
Act Legend, brand new engine in that bitch. And she an older lady too. I couldn't believe it, yo. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
97 Maximum. They put a brand new engine and transmission. Negative.
They rolled the mouse back. You know?
Stop it, man. Get out of here, man.
They got it.
It's unfortunate, but we definitely have to do a better.
I think the world would be a better place.
Women have to do a better job at, like, if you managing pussy better, and also if you actually like the person, you need to show that. You want to stick around, you need to show that.
You know it's different rules,
not,
though. You know it's different rules for women who like the men that they actually like. There's different rules.
It's only rules for men that they don't like.
Yeah, it's different rules. You're not even gonna play with my contact like that. It's niggas that's in your phone right now that's do not answer. Fool. A nigga that you like,
there's
nigga,
nobody in
like
that contact.
I'm just talking about you see
but I get
No, I go from this to.
No, for real.
It's something that you're not gonna play that. So you really like the guy. There's certain things that you know you're gonna have to do, especially when you become of age. Because honestly, I'm giving women 10. I'm gonna say it's not even 10 years, but you got from when. Matter of fact, let's give you when you're 21. You're able to drink, you go to clubs and shit like that. By the time you get to 30, that run is over. You're not in your prime anymore. That's not saying you're not an all-star. LeBron knows real. It's real shit. I know it hurts.
That hurt right there.
This nigga crazy, yo.
So when you look at LeBron is LeBron. LeBron is still an all-star caliber player, but LeBron is not in his prime anymore.
Right.
The prime is over. If you didn't get that ring you're gonna have to figure out what's going on. I'm not selling. Nobody who. This is what we was talking about earlier about over exaggerating your worth to the market like that. What level do you think you on to where you can say that you're not settling? This is really your level. Where you at? You're not.
But there's nobody to tell her that she's not on a level.
That's my point.
That's the bad part. Like,
They all think they VVS's and they CZs, man.
So let me-
Moissanite.
Jesus.
Moissanite.
You got a 9-year run and y'all are very terrible when y'all got the leverage. Women are terrible when they got leverage. Very terrible when they got leverage. So the 9-year run you got is from 21 to 30. What in those 9 years did you figure it out? Now 22, you already graduated from college. So you already got that run out the way. You got a 9-year run for you to figure out what's going on.
I'm gonna be honest, everybody's run is not the same. It's really not.
Everybody's exceptional.
I'm telling you, everybody's run is not the same because I'm speaking from personal experience.
All right.
College, I didn't do what I was supposed to do in college.
No, that
like,
I'm on the age is why I said.
I know I got you, but I'm saying at 22, like I'm not even the fun I was supposed to be having. I wasn't having.
You're not supposed to.
It was delayed. No, I was supposed to have a little bit.
Now you fucking your jacket.
I was supposed to have a little bit.
Nope, you fucking it. That's why men be wanting younger women. The likelihood of you fucking your jacket up decreases when you have a younger woman. By the time you get to 30, now you got a whole bunch of mustard, relish, and ketchup stains on your jacket.
That's why I moved to another state.
Yep.
And try to restart.
Hit refresh button.
Men want younger women for manipulation.
No, that's a myth. That's a myth.
No, not at all. Men go for younger women because they know that they say one thing and it's like, okay, yeah,
If men were born for younger women to manipulate them, we just showed by the conversation now, we can manipulate y'all until the end of time. We don't. Why do we have to start when you're 21? And by y'all calculations, y'all are more mature than us, quicker. So how are we how are we motherfucking you?
Men are doing that to young kids. I've seen it. They are. Maybe not you.
You say young kids. What the hell are we talking about?
Kids.
Now we pedos out here now, yo.
22, 23. They
So
kids.
what-
They ain't no damn
what
kid.
They kids to me though.
What
Because
about
I know they don't know no
30?
better. They don't understand.
So they don't know no better for a relationship, but they know better to vote for Kamala. They can vote though.
Ignorance of the law is no excuse.
I never even brought the age in. I did not
You
say. I
did.
just said that the young kids don't give a fuck about voting. That's what I said.
You did say that.
I never.
You're missing my
nobody wanted
point.
that.
You're missing my point. My point is, if we are manipulating them because they are kids and they're younger and they're not mature enough, that's why they get manipulated. How are they still eligible to vote then? Should they not be voting? They can vote, but they get manipulated by older men.
You trying to add one to the next? I'm really like
It's
that.
all the same.
That conversation is over with.
It's
Just
all the
stop
same.
crying. Stop crying.
Man, stop crying. That'll do it. That'll do it.
I like that.
You like,
Dave Chappelle said,
Oh, bitch, you could.
I ain't never
No,
been to
because
Pittsburgh.
I don't like that.
But that's
Because y'all know that there's men out there taking advantage of the fact
There
that these
is,
girls
but
are 22,
again,
23. That's
we talk-
all I'm
ain't
speaking
no taking
on.
advantage.
not taking advantage
They
because
are.
how are you getting
They are
taken
taking
advantage of?
You
But you're
adult.
eligible to vote. You're an
They
adult.
are taking it.
You
So
get
they should not be voting.
23-year-old in Baltimore, she.
She's in a come on, bro.
She's a
And that's why I brought up the college part. You already graduated from. Remember
You
again.
hoping they went to
You
college.
see how we putting all this shit together?
You hoping they went.
Y'all more educated. Y'all get more money than before. All right, you 22 now. You 23.
You trying to see? I see what you're doing here.
I'm a
This-
nigga that
this
listen.
is the-
I'm a nigga that listen.
You didn't hear me say shit about the 23
double down, stop laughing.
What he said? Yeah, because they trying to gang up.
Bro, you want to
on
check?
it.
Yeah, check your phone now. You should do that in between.
I'm sorry, y'all.
Check your joint in
My
between.
bad.
What's the name, yo?
We hear this
Break
too
down
much
girls,
and
stop
too
letting that
often,
freshman in
yo.
the middle. Shoot the three. I did.
Shoot the
I
three.
did.
She can't.
I did. I hit the backboard. Didn't go in though.
You can't
Easier to
because
fuck
we
this
hear
one
that
than
too
25
much,
year olds. Y'all
bro.
know what she said. They know exactly what I'm saying. That's why I was getting irritated because
Right.
they know what I'm saying.
I knew exactly what you were saying. I listened, comprehended, and responded.
Oh, that's from earlier.
Yeah, that's old.
Quiet
That's old
sometimes.
stuff.
Yeah, I ain't realized that.
How is a guy? That's what I really want to touch on. How is a guy who is dating a younger woman or wanting a younger woman? Because we never set an age. To your point,
No, you didn't.
I just said what the prime was. Prime was 21 to 30. So if you got a guy who's in his 30s and he's dealing with a woman who's 22, 23, 24, 25, how is he manipulating
It's
her?
always it's a red flag for me personally. It's a red flag when I know that there's a guy in his 30s that is no children, not married,
Crazy, right?
and you
Sound like a
you
upstate.
dealing with
Sound like a
20 to
stand-up man, too.
25. It's like, why are you not dealing with your age? Because mentally y'all not on the same path. That's what I mean by
Ain't this how Stella got her groove back?
Yeah.
Ain't this how
I
y'all?
don't know who Stella is.
You don't know Stella?
So everything that she's
The
saying,
prime that y'all in when y'all younger is the prime
It's
that
our
we're
prime.
in at 30.
Right.
That's when we finally get established. We got shit going. It's technically when you're supposed to start having fun.
I hear what you're saying, but
Supposedly,
mentally,
yeah.
y'all should not be on the same level.
Why- we're not.
You should,
We're
it should,
not.
right? So
I'm
you shouldn't
saying
even
prime,
be. You should
prime.
not be entertaining somebody. You
No.
in your prime.
So you misconstruing what mental is. The mental is I'm the leader, so I'm supposed to be better than you in every regard anyway. So I'm already going to be 10 steps ahead of you. I'm already here.
right now,
You're
you're
here.
at 20 steps because you're dealing with somebody that's under 25.
But it takes us to 35 to get to a space
Exactly.
where we have the finances, the leadership, the understanding. And so we get into a space where we actually know that, like, yo, because like when I was young, I wasn't paying for no hair and nails because I was like, oh, I ain't doing that shit. But as you get older, you're like, oh, that's kind of part of the game.
Right.
You don't have
Right.
to do
Yeah,
it.
you accept
and,
it.
definitely, and so women,
But
when
you're also able to.
right,
Exactly.
exactly. You're also able to. So when women are 22, and let's say I'm 30 and I'm dating a 22-year-old, and they be like, oh, she a baby. She's dating me because I've already figured it out.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? And the 22-year-old guy she's dating, they still on
I
that
was about to say, that's
iron
why
Why are you dating her at
Iron
22?
Man. Say it again.
Why are you dating her at 22?
And
Less
sometimes-
baggage.
But sometimes you're not specifically looking for the 22-year-old. If you're out and about as a man, sometimes is what falls into place because black women are very attractive women, and I can't necessarily tell a 22-year-old black woman from a 28-year-old black woman.
Right.
I can't necessarily
Not
say I can
today.
tell.
Pretty
That's
much
a
in the
good
same
ass
boat.
answer, yo.
Pretty much in the same boat. When you
That's
look
bullshit.
at you look at when I'm a scratch paper nigga.
Yeah.
When you look at what women are looking for, you're looking for a guy who's your elder anyway. unless the 2000s, if you talk about some guy that got this amount of money, got this car, got this house, what nigga you was in high school with at 21 when you was 21 had that?
The influence in their generation, they got influence.
They got influences,
now,
which is still the minority. So you already looking for a guy that has the tangibles, the things that you're looking for. Nobody your age has that. So generally speaking,
I want to make sure that I'm hearing y'all clearly. At 35, unmarried, no children, you're okay with saying, you know what? I found this 23-year-old. She gonna work fine for me.
If she's on my game plan, she aligned,
It's a difference in looking for it and just being aligned with it. Like, you might come across somebody you didn't expect because your regard might have been because she's young. But again, y'all be more mature than we are.
But have you ever
been
in a club and saw a girl and just assumed, like, you know what, like, she got it.
You
thinking her age?
No.
Majority speaking, you never been in a club and saw a girl and been like, no, she got to be at least 28, 29. And then you start talking to her and it's very clear that she's probably 21, 22. Has that ever happened?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But that doesn't change anything.
If you clearly know after a conversation that she's younger, clearly there's a disconnect there. Y'all are not at the same.
Are you saying no because of mindset or no because I found out her age?
I'm saying mindset. That's all. That's all I've been saying this whole time.
It's none of
everybody not. Yeah,
like. Because now if you switch the context and say, okay, I'm talking to this 22-year-old and she sounds like she's 28. Do I say then now it's icky now? You too old for me now. I'm like 22. I think what you thinking, you thinking that on some predatorial shit where a guy's like, shit, I'm going to Taiwan and them party.
Yeah. That's why I said
are you 21st? Because if I'm being honest, that's kind of what it's been given lately. It is older guys in young spots. And it's like,
so there's not no older women in young spots? You just said the 30, 40, was that the white party? No, I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Lance. Go ahead.
Older guys in young parties, those older women that might be, I could be wrong because you don't ever kind of see me at Taiwan or nothing. I'm not there. Yeah. I feel like the older ones that are there are relatives. I don't really think that it's women like me that are not related to these people that are showing up. So
Aunt Keisha ain't bring Miss LaWanda over there who like the young niggas.
Make their own choices, then why are other women saying that woman's making the wrong choice?
Right.
I never said the girl was wrong.
No, I'm just
not at all. I never said the woman.
Well, why do they have a problem with her choice?
Right. Oh, he's predatorial.
It's more of I told you the red flag for me is the guy, not her.
The guy.
Because in her mind that makes sense. At 23 and I'm looking for a nigga that got everything together and it's an old guy.
Like you meet a 35-year-old woman that's upset that the 35-year-old guys in her bracket are dating 25-year-old women.
Oh, it's because there's something wrong.
She fell off.
Yeah, she's not on the list. That's why she's upset.
A lot of them beefing now. Like the older women and younger women
trying to get the same guy.
Yeah.
Trying to get the same guy. You see this? We talked about it on the last time.
She's not on the list. I think
it happens.
And the value you kind of, which is, I was going to say it's unfortunate, but it's really not. But you lose value, especially as a woman, men for me, but as a woman, when you start having children, and you might not be with the guy, but now that's one kid, and you just knocked off a few men that are no longer interested. Because there's some guys out there that's like, oh, you got a kid? No go. Now you've lost that crowd. Then you have another one. And now you got 2 baby daddies. Now you've really knocked off another crowd. That's the 35-year-old that's mad about the 23. Like, okay, she's a child though. Why are you talking to this child when it's a grown woman right here? Grown woman with grown woman baggage that I don't have, that I'm not putting up with.
And you was her at her age.
Yeah, that was my point.
Literally.
That's how you got the way you are.
You're horrible with the leverage, the poor pussy management. That's the point.
I'm disgusted with the men who don't have children, don't have going after younger, because I know it's women out there in that age range, in your age range, that you could be entertaining.
You don't like it,
but you're going.
But they don't have the tangibles that I'm looking for. So it comes down to this. It comes down to this. Now that's geriatric pregnancy too. We're talking about 35 and older. Okay. Now that's really, you want to have 2-3 kids. Now it's a whole different ballgame, right?
Geriatric
pregnancy. Yeah,
it really is. It started. I thought
heads are down there gone.
It really did.
Heads down there gone. So now we're talking about the foundation of, now we got, what do men want versus what women want. This is where the conversation goes left, because women start to think that they are on the same scale of what men want, and we're looking for 2 different things. We're looking for 2. That's why the age thing throws women off. Like, why are you looking for that? because that's what comes with. If I'm 35 with no child and I'm not married, and this is where I finally start getting money, I'm in a safe space. What I'm looking for probably isn't in my age bracket. The woman with no kids on my game plan, think I can teach her, she's easy to lead. You 35, 36 years old, you pretty much a job at this point.
You already set in your ways, kind of.
Yeah, you set in your ways.
Better based on your experience. So that's a whole nother thing.
So I like that y'all said
you should know what good dick is.
I like that y'all said that I could teach a little bit. You kind of set in your ways. You want something that if you said this is what it is, okay, you're right. Manipulating. That's what I'm saying. Like for young girls, it's like, oh, if I sit here and tell this 23-year-old this.
Leadership.
We go to Webster on here. We go to Webster on here. Let me get the definition of manipulation.
Go ahead.
Because that's not manipulation at all.
Taking advantage.
Manipulation is intentional without even before you even.
You intentionally are going for a 23-year-old because you know that there's less problems and less pushback than what it would be with a 35-year-old.
Aren't you intentionally going?
Manipulation is the intention to get what you want, even if it's not right for that person.
Exactly.
Right? Even if it's not right for that person.
Control or influence a person or situation cleverly, unfairly.
Yep. So
Cleverly
or unfairly.
Right.
Unfairly.
My 35-year-old ass is sitting here telling this 23-year-old,
So if you're-
oh, I know you want to do
right.
this, but you probably should do this instead.
Which is a betterment for you.
Because it would be.
So if I was in a
It makes my
situation-
life easy for you to just listen to what I'm
No, it
saying.
makes our
and I'm
life
telling you what I'm doing.
It makes our life easy. So if I'm telling you not to spend the money to get this car, because when you go spend the money on this car and then you about to get that shit repoed, I gotta be the one to pay double to get that shit out of the off the tow truck.
But
when you listen to me, if you listen to me beforehand, you wouldn't even be in this scenario. That's what that means.
Okay. So when you're entertaining the 23-year-olds, it's like a teachable moment.
See, I thought she
leadership.
wasn't putting age on it.
I'm just.
You keep going back.
I'm like 23.
They need weapons, yo. That's her weapon. Age is her weapon.
It's not about weapons. That's what we discussed.
They need weapons. She feels.
We discussed.
Do you feel? What's the word I'm looking for? Attacked right now? You good?
She can't.
No, I'm not. She ain't
I just
talking
asked.
shit about me.
For women, do you feel women are being attacked? Because you keep using that age weapon.
No, I don't think it's. No.
She's speaking for the club card members, not
Yeah.
500. She's speaking for the 30 and over.
No, you said 30 and over.
First of all, calm down.
35.
But yes, because I know for a fact there's still a 30 and over out there that is childless, no issues, no baby daddy, none of that drama. Own place, own car, own money kind of thing.
You supposed to have that, though.
I get what you're saying.
That's
but
regular. That's natural.
So the same
I'm
question
listing
that you
the qualities
Yeah,
that niggas
exactly.
like to
She's
check
saying
off.
that-
Stop
Yeah.
playing like I'm saying that,
No,
because
niggas
I
don't
got
care
this
about that.
supposed to be that.
Niggas don't care about that.
I understand
The
that.
same question you
Wow.
asked, I just want to throw this in there so you can finish. But the same question that you asked, where you said before, he's 35 with no kids, that hasn't been married, and he's looking for younger women. That's a red flag. You're 35 with your own place and all of these intangibles, and you're not married.
That's a red
Is that
flag
not
as
fair?
well.
All right, long as
No,
we're on
I
the same
never.
page.
We
As
on
long
the
as we're
same
on the same
page.
page.
It's like, why can't y'all meet? What is happening here that y'all not on the same page? Because something's wrong with somebody.
There's only 24% of black women in America versus 60-something% of that counterpart.
Exactly.
The thing is, I think most people, all these people
Get me
exist.
started.
So it's a lot.
Don't
of
even get me
All-
started.
all
It's
these
a ton of red flags, but it's also because it's a lot. Well,
Come on,
y'all
do
gonna
it.
bring up some other stuff. But
We like red flags as a whole. Like I'm being real. I'm being real. Like most people who get the person that they asking for, they normally don't stay with them. Like people always go back to whatever the fuck is dysfunctional. So for whatever reason, I guess until they tired of the actual dysfunction of it. But in most cases, these people exist. They just don't want to meet each other unless they on the same accord. They done got all the bullshit out the way. Like, you know what? Fuck it. Some people may be settling. Some may be like, all right, well, this ain't a person I normally would
The
fuck
person
with.
that turns
But
you on the most is typically the person that's sometimes the worst.
that's,
for you. So-
in most cases, not. Yeah. But you like that.
That is it.
Yeah, you like that part of it
Does it
more.
for you that just like gets your heart really racing and pounding in your mind. Like they're the person that's usually the worst.
So the actions are saying something totally different. Because when you ask y'all what you're looking for, is the total opposite of what you actually end up with. So
every time.
So there's a matrix somewhere where it's either you don't know what you want or you have a horrible way of explaining it. It's one or the other because it's
And
like
it's
that's not what you're looking for.
I do give women more credit though because men tend to run the like game in terms of pretending to be things more than women do.
Mm-hmm.
Women don't really do that. Even if a woman's a gold digger or whatever, women kind of more upfront because they can kind of like get what they want by being upfront.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas men, we feel like we can get more by kind of like being a little bit less upfront.
Mm-hmm.
So I do give women more
Yeah,
credit. So
the
women
less
are more
you tell.
likely to make worse choices because men kind of pull the wool over their eyes a little bit.
But it's in their
consent
nature
thing.
almost. It's they fairy tale driven, so they prefer to lie over, not even like consciously thinking it, but it's just like I see it a certain way. Like we always
So
say,
niggas do tend to lie more just in general.
because the lie works.
I don't think they lie. They just withhold information.
No, niggas definitely lie. That's omission.
It's a consent
Niggas lie.
thing. It's a consent thing. Women control the access to sex. So you can be upfront and say, oh, I'm looking to get this, I'm looking to get that. Cool. If the man wants to get it, then he will, even if he doesn't have it, even if he doesn't feel comfortable with doing it. Well, listen, I want what I want, so he's going to pay.
Right.
Yeah,
But he's gonna pay.
They still prefer to lie. If I tell you, I just want to fuck you real quick. Who the fuck is you talking
Yeah.
to? If I give you a sweet lie and it sounds convincing enough to where it works for you, then you're gonna give me what I want.
That's
You
why it's so
prefer to
much
lie.
easier from that 20 to 25-year-old because all you gotta do is say, baby, I was really thinking about you all day.
Here's the truth though, Larry.
Huh?
The truth is though, yeah, but that's your choice. And I'm not getting on guys, but it's our choice to tell the lie because we can't say like, oh, it's her fault because blah blah.
Yeah, for sure, yeah.
Because there are spaces where yeah, you want to smash, but you also genuinely like this person.
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
So just if us as people stay within the truth, then we'll just move on to the woman that we do want to smash, but we also want to be with. Kind of, you know what I'm saying? And then that way we're all kind of aligning in the sense of truth.
So let me ask, so who you think will chalk it up first? You really like this girl, but she just want to fuck. But you just say, you know what, I'm gonna chalk it up. I'm gonna just go ahead and fuck her. Damn, it is what it is. I thought I really liked her. I thought that was the one.
Yeah.
Or the woman who the guy really ain't fucking with her, but she's thinking that she can keep him with a child, with sex, whatever the case may be. Who do you think chalks it up first?
What gives?
Just concedes to it. Given a scenario, concedes to it. That was just one of the
Right.
pictures I painted. But who concedes to, damn, I gotta live through this lie, or I just gotta chalk it up first? You think women do or men? It's men.
I think men. Yeah, I think men. Men give up because we understand. Like, all right, anything beyond no is damn near forced. So it's like I'm cool then. Like forced in any capacity, whether I'm forcing myself to convince you to like me, forcing you in a negative way that can go left and be fucked up towards me. You know what I mean? But either way, it's like I'm accepting no. Like you got some niggas who like no mean no, and some niggas like you ain't say no the right way. So maybe I still got
You left the
some,
door open.
You know what I mean? Yeah, the door crack. You just shot it a little bit. You feel me? But you close that motherfucker attempting in my face. All right, cool. I'm gonna let it be. But you got different kind. So it depends on what kind of nigga you are, and that determines what you're going after. So.
Yo, it's the reserve lunch table, man.
What's up, Brooke?
Yeah, all right.
You did a Mercedes commercial?
She's the top salesman.
For real? Let me get a Benz Lorenzo for the weekend.
That's why you don't tell me.
Yeah. Hold me down,
A
you
little bit of that.
know? I'm gonna need you.
All right, guys, welcome back to the Reserve Lunch Table. You know, the guys, they tried to make a few points, but they failed because I was
As
there.
y'all would say, points were made.
It's given. They don't listen. That's what I'm saying.
I
But
only lead you to the water.
we'll see.
I only lead you to the water.
We will see. So, I have some questions, okay? The first one I'm going to start out with is, why do men cheat? Or why do they choose to cheat when they have a girl at home? Instead of just ending the relationship.
Because I want to be old.
Men don't end relationships. You gotta end it. Generally speaking, men don't end relationships. But there's a difference. There's a difference between cheating and stepping out. It's two different ball games.
I'm expanding on that one.
Stepping out is you might have hit something out of town, hit something out of the country. Your lady knows nothing about it. She shouldn't know in any regard though. She doesn't know anything about your lady. I'm not saying it's right, wrong, or indifferent.
I got you.
But there is no attachment there emotionally. This is why the double standard with women are there, because when y'all step out or cheat, there's some type of emotion there. Men can literally fuck somebody they don't like. So that's why there's no emotional detachment there, and that's why you can say stepping out. Cheating is emotional. There's emotion involved. You're sharing resources. You telling her, I'm gonna leave my lady for you, and all types of bullshit. You staying the night, toothbrush over there. That's cheating. That's a whole different ball game. Why men do it? I mean, it goes hand in hand. It's differently from man to man, but a lot of it is just one choice, and men like options. One moment you might want the big butt chick, one moment you want the big titty chick, one moment you want and you might fall to the temptation. It's just what it is. The science is already there.
Larry?
I never cheated. I don't know. But
I never cheated.
Say that again, Larry. What you say?
I never cheated.
I'm
cheating.
It's always
I mean, I'm not saying he did either. I'm just saying.
now we all exceptions, huh? You know what I'm saying?
Listen, I take y'all right. That's what y'all do. But I will say, it's like a fucking chef eating the same meal every day that he the best at cooking. Sometimes you might want something different. You know what I mean? So, and that could just be that could just inspire new dishes. Like if you taste something, you know what I mean? Real shit though. Like
Please.
I don't know, but why do they? That's my best recollection. So I don't think that it's like a thing. Like it's never emotional. It's literally like yo, this just
it's like taking a piss.
Like
Unfortunately, it's literally like taking a piss.
Yeah.
It's where dick discipline comes into play too, because a man even not cheating or a man not having sex with multiple women is going against nature.
Mm-hmm.
So within society, you being a man of today or being a man of different principles and morals, like you have to go against nature. Because that's like saying a man to say he never cheated on his wife, he never did this, he never did that, and then lie to you that his dick didn't get hard when something walked past.
Mm-hmm.
That will be you lying. So your dick getting hard when she walked past is showing that, okay, there's some type of attraction there. The discipline comes into play than when you say I gotta go against nature and not do it. But there is difference between stepping out and actually cheating. A nigga being a passport bro and she don't know nothing about what happened. It just happened over here. The chick, you left $40 on the table and the result somewhere it never happened. I would consider that somebody stepping out. I'm not saying that it's right or wrong. That's stepping out.
Most of the ones that don't cheat be the ones getting cheated on.
Yo, I've seen guys exactly. I remember younger coming up seeing guys who were married and just outside wilding.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, you taking a chick at the same spot that you take your wife at? That's cheating to me.
Yeah.
Sharing resources and really putting smut on your wife's name, that's crazy. That's cheating. That's cheating.
Just disrespect.
That's cheating. A woman might say, yo, just any of that, it could be disrespectful, but the not knowing part is where I think where the line starts to get blurred.
I've never heard anybody explain the difference between stepping out and cheating until just now. And I've never thought about the things you just said until you just said it. And it's like, damn, I wonder how many times a nigga done stepped out.
And lost it. Just because you stepped.
Because y'all as women, it's different things y'all say is cheating. Y'all can say liking a woman's picture is cheating. Y'all can say going to the strip club is cheating. I've heard different examples from different women.
So I personally,
watching porn is cheating. I've heard that plenty of times.
I ain't got no issues with none of those.
That's crazy that you can't watch porn. That's crazy.
Yeah,
if that's what you're doing.
You want motherfucking? I mean, like you just gotta choose your battles, but because I would still watch porn. So why would you not?
You don't think about me when you doing it? What?
That's another thing.
Women so selfish.
So I will say this. I think it is. Women's egos are way much bigger than guys.
Absolutely. Understood.
So
they get hurt
once you kind of like, if a nigga is doing something that is giving any indication that he might find anybody else attractive outside of you, you're gonna be like, what the fuck you think you on? Like that's some wild shit.
You think you're the only attractive person in the world though?
Like, because I know as a woman, a nigga could walk by and I'd be like, damn, what's going to get? And I have a nigga.
But then it's also even with what the men do, what we do, y'all put yourself in the shit. So it's like, I'm gonna prove to you how it's just pussy to us, cause you'll find out who we cheated with determines how you respond. You like, you cheated with this bitch, like if it's a bitch that I cheated better, it's like, oh shit. But then it's like, you mad about that. But then it's like, you still feel the upper. But to us, it was like, yeah, bitch, she wasn't you. That's why I cheated with her. Like, this something real fast to get out the way. You know what I mean? But if I'm really cheating with somebody that look better than you, or spending time with her, or I'm doing things for her that I would normally do for you, that's when it affects y'all the most. Yeah. Vice versa, men is, if y'all cheat, if a nigga can easily fuck you the moment he meets you, what value are you to me? Right. So if you cheated on me with a nigga, it had to be a build up of things. Like he had to get it. He had to fill a void that I was lacking at some point for you to be like to let him in.
So now it's personal. Like you understand? Like this is really has something to do with me.
That or you outside? Yeah.
Like in Baltimore niggas.
Yeah. I just listen.
I'm outside like in Baltimore.
Yeah, you outside. It's different.
But women
that's
cheat,
a nigga fault though. But go ahead.
It for sure.
Yeah.
Women that
easily.
See how easy that was?
You know what?
Go ahead.
You know what? There's some women out there that take accountability. Okay, it's not a lot, but we out there. But we out there.
Artifacts.
What's her name? Haley, Bailey, whatever her name is. She just took accountability the other day.
She did.
Yeah, she did.
The one word, no,
she didn't.
The guy had the baby on the stream and she went crazy saying, I didn't want my. But she didn't take accountability. It was one word that omitted her accountability.
What was the word?
Maybe I
don't like it. Just not saying, I did overreact.
No, you say I did overreact.
I think for men that cheat, I had a boyfriend that cheated on me.
That you know of, only one?
Let me explain. I'm only talking about this one because this is the one that really set me off. Because he cheated on me with the same person. Like it wasn't just I did this one time. Like you double back, you went. In my mind, for a guy to do that, there's some emotions there. Like, cause like you said, it's really you just going out for pussy.
It could.
But you kept going out for the same pussy.
It's accessible. It's easy to get.
Yeah.
I ain't gotta do shit for it.
We don't control the access to sex. Like you can walk outside and right now, if you want to have sex in the next 30 minutes, you can do that. Us, it's opportunity. Like with men, it's opportunity. So when you get to that point, I'm not saying that he was right. I'm not saying it wasn't no emotional attachment, but that probably was his safe space. Mm-hmm. It probably was a girl who knew he had a girlfriend that was okay with that too. Mm-hmm. And now I can just keep going. It's Tuesday 4:30. I'm there.
It was definitely that.
But yeah, it's naturally if you keep doing it, then of course you're gonna have some type of emotion build up. Mm-hmm. You supposed to just lead it forward and keep it going.
But that's a cheating, like you said. That's not stepping out.
It's not stepping out. It's cheating. The stepping out thing.
First time could have been.
Honestly, if I have no idea.
First time could have been that. First time could have been is that.
I don't even. If I don't know, don't. And if it is like what you said, like on some out of the country shit, like we're never gonna pass. We're not gonna cross paths.
You know, my thing is,
with you kid, you got a girl, none of that shit. She didn't give on none of that.
She wanted $40.
Let me just interject, right, just a little bit. One thing I feel about the cheating shit like this: if you don't get that call, like I ain't never coming back home again, right. You shouldn't worry about nobody he slide out with. As long as you don't bring nothing to the crib, you know what I'm saying? You shouldn't
tell her your situation.
I'm polyamorous. Me and my wife been polyamorous for 8 years now. And she introduced me to the lifestyle, so it's a total. I have what you call relationship. Yeah, I got relationship maturity, and I don't think about look at relationships the way most people do traditionally. You feel me? And it helps me out as a person. Like I feel like I'm a different man. I'm on another level with this shit. Real talk, with my honesty and everything. Like
genuine question: how do you? Yeah. And let me know if this is too.
No. What do you want?
How do you handle the thought of another man coming
cracking your woman? Niggas always keep saying that. Because I don't think about it. All right. So normally when you get into these types of situations, you already telling each other what y'all want. At first it was like, yo, I ain't trying to date no men and shit. You feel me? Cool. But then later on, it turned into I want to go date a man and shit. And she tried it. It was cool, I guess. It didn't work out. You know what I mean? I was dating somebody at the same time, so when he would come over to the house, I was at my friend's house.
So y'all are married. I want to make sure I understand this correctly.
Married.
And y'all have other partners.
Yeah, from time to time, and sometimes we share a partner.
And they come to your house.
I mean, a couple of them did. The one guy came to my house because it was a more safer space for my wife. Like she didn't want to go to the hotel with the nigga. He was Mexican and shit, Spanish or some shit. I don't know. But she was like, yo.
Diverse, I like it.
Yeah, she was like, yeah, that was crazy to me too.
Yeah.
I was like, what, Mexican? I was like, whatever. But it was a safe space for her. That's why he was there. You know what I mean? Because I told her to just go ahead and go. She was like, nah, I'm more comfortable here. I could control the room, and which she did. She could send him off when she was ready to send him off. And, you know.
So when he come in, he just be like,
this nigga lying crazy. It's about that time. What y'all about to do?
Y'all ass fun, man.
No.
Maybe when y'all done, like,
Some beds in the fridge. Yeah.
I've never seen this.
That was one.
I've seen it like television or like reality shows, but to actually meet somebody that okay.
Yeah, I have a lot of questions, Philly, because I never asked these questions either.
There's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of.
Is it not allowed in y'all bedroom? Like, do y'all share this bedroom?
You said house.
At the house, in the bed.
That's why I'm
You slept
questioning.
in the same sheets as a Mexican.
No, chill.
No.
This is what I'm saying. Like, she cleaned the sheets and all that, but it wasn't nothing like
the same
that.
bed.
But what I mean, like, it's not even. It wasn't because that didn't last long. Like, that was just the. All right, let me see how that worked. I ain't like it. Then she just went back to women and shit. You feel
So
me?
if you walk in a house,
Yeah, I'm cool with it if it's
and
women,
you
bro.
see a nigga boots
Cause we don't
with
feel threatened, like,
I'm not though. It's like,
drywall and shit right there at the door.
What?
I'm trying to figure out how this.
This joint's working.
You said hard working. You said a hard working.
Yo,
So
you
you
come
go to
back
the
in
house.
bed, bro. This nigga destroyed my bitch.
yo, bugging.
Oh my
I
god.
put her ass through the fucking
No.
vehicle. Yo.
For real.
I wouldn't be able to get out like
Then he
that.
left-
You dirty
Then
bitch.
he left Modelo's and Coronas and
I'm
shit in
sorry,
there.
bro.
Those
I'm
sexy
sorry.
shit.
I'm sorry, bro.
Yeah, I have a lot of questions for
Next
you.
part, we gonna. I don't know, man. It's been working for him. Salute to you for the past 9 years, brother.
9 years y'all been doing that for
8.
9 years?
Yeah.
8.
8
Oh, 8
going on
years,
9. Let's
sorry.
be 9 this year.
Oh,
Though.
going on now.
Y'all children?
Yeah, we got 2 younger children.
Okay.
So,
What works, man. What works.
see, I didn't know the part of her actually stepping out too. I thought it just was, yo, you do your thing, cool. And I think a lot of people who be in that situation are on the thought process, she ain't never gonna want to do it anyway.
Right.
So I'm a.
Just getting there so they can.
But
But
that's
what
the
if
part that
somebody
fucks
is
up, like,
smoking
shit,
her
that
boots?
shit.
You okay with that?
I mean, listen, I'm gonna tell you like this. If that's something she wanted to do, that's a conversation we have. Those are hard conversations we have, bro. Like, we don't just, you know what I mean, cheat on each other, go pick people
So
up
that
off
was
the
the
street.
acknowledgement I was looking for. You said it was a hard conversation.
Yeah, that's a hard conversation. It was a hard conversation. It was. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. Even when I came back and I seen the Corona bottles left, you know, like little shit made me mad.
It
Like,
really was Coronas
it was
in there.
yeah, I don't know what he was talking about. He said Modelo. It was Coronas though.
But,
I was gonna talk.
all right, so
I was gonna talk about that.
when I think about it, it's crazy because like before we meet the woman that we're with, like she's been with other men and they could have smoked the boots as you put it. They could have, you know what I'm saying? But you don't know it. I mean, but in so many different ways. Meaning like they could have provided more for her. They could have been a more caring person. They could have made her feel comforted or loved more or whatever it is. So we've kind of accepted that part of it. And then every now and again we've doubled back. We've broken up with a woman for a short period of time where we know she's dated someone in between, and we got back with the woman knowing that it was a man there.
Yeah.
Went out.
And we
But it's
still.
the clear conscience of like, okay, I can accept the fact that we wasn't together when it happened.
Yeah.
You ain't had to lie to me, nothing. I can eat that, like, man, so would you, some niggas is can't help themselves and be like, so you was fucking up with niggas while we was apart?
That's crazy.
Some niggas can't help it, like, just, some niggas might gotta ask a question just to clear their mind,
That's
like,
kind of ego, and that's the kind of ego-driven thing.
whatever your motivation is, it's gonna happen. Some niggas accept, like, whatever the fuck took place really wasn't my business. We wasn't together.
Right.
We back now. What matters the most,
That's
what matters
the thing.
most is why we're together.
Yeah.
Whatever you doing while we together is what affects me most. If we took time away or however it worked out. But now that we here, it'd be hard. Unless, I guess you'd have had enough experience at some
in
point.
that
You're
way,
like, man,
sometimes
look,
we take ownership over people. Like what?
a lot of older people do that too.
Yeah, like
Not that, but I'm saying what he do.
Yeah, like
at
what-
your age, I kind of
Like swinging?
When we
You
say,
talking about that?
Whatever,
we
however
say
you
we
cut
don't-
Yeah, because this ain't swinging. It's different. It's,
I'm just saying, period.
Yeah.
Like just the understanding of
accept
like,
that.
listen, we getting older.
oh yeah.
Like leave room for some shit.
I'll accept that.
Especially
And it
if you go
helps.
as far
Yeah,
as marriage.
it did.
Yeah. Like
He's
that's
getting older
a
than me too.
So he said,
You yours-
you
you
kind of
learn
taking
rules.
ownership of it, of your wife.
Oh yeah.
I'll accept that.
Because
Yeah. You my wife. That's
that's
the
what I'm saying.
contract.
Like, I thought that was a part of it.
Like, I've
Yeah.
had women, I'm sure y'all have too, because this is something that's common among women, because there's been several women that I've dealt with, where they be like, hey, I wouldn't mind seeing you wear another chick out and I sit there and watch or blah, blah.
But that's like
I haven't-
voluntarily. could you? Now the thing is, it's vice versa.
Could you watch a nigga wear
Not
your
that you would
shit?
want to, but it's like
You
that's
did it.
where I'm at.
Yo, you did his shit now.
That's what I'm saying.
Yo,
Like,
you did his shit.
I think
You know
I would
what I mean?
ask in that regard too. Even if you came and asked me that or said that's cool, see, and that would be the difference too. Like, is this wifey, your girl, or just somebody that you fucking with?
Yeah.
That is different levels. Because if it's wifey at that point, now we gotta have a conversation of, are you sure? Because my dick don't owe me nothing. So I'm at a point to where I gotta ask, are you sure? Because it's not worth it at that point.
Yeah.
If this is gonna be a month or 2 weeks worth of some bullshit, then I ain't even gonna do it.
Yeah.
And then I still gotta ask, well, yo, do you think that this is gonna be reciprocal? Do you think that I wanna sit here and see you get paid?
I don't think the women-
Belton.
I don't think the women that are interested in seeing that are even thinking about, oh, but I want you to watch
Well, we
this
have
too.
to. Well, we gotta
You
ask
gotta
that.
make sure.
If you
And then you gotta give her the option.
I think women,
Can't just-
when they ask that question, from the experience that I had, I think because, like, the thing is, like, we have to understand that, like, women are just as sexual as men. So, like,
Especially
you know what I'm
you.
saying? I see, like, Larry knew I was getting to that point, and sometimes we don't want to see that, and we don't want to accept that. And they had their fantasies too.
Yeah.
And sometimes they fantasy. They look at you as
30
a man,
niggas,
and they want to
train,
see a man dominate
action.
another woman.
No.
They want to see their man
I
dominate.
want 40 niggas training.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, I mean, if that you like it, I love it. But in the same regard, like, that's another thing that would be unnatural.
yeah.
How many women you know want to have multiple partners in that regard like that? That's not a general thing. There's a lot of people that may do it, but it's unnatural. It's unnatural for you even to hear some shit like that, to see some shit
And I
like
think
that.
that can just be done different. I think men can do that with in a controlled manner. I think it might slip away at some point. I don't know, but
Yeah. It's a dominant, it's an ego thing as well.
Yeah.
Like men having sex, there's a science behind that. A man having sex with a woman is almost like a dominance thing. Like you feel some type of like, even like with like giving head. Like you got some feminist movement that talk about they want the thing about a woman being on her knees. It's a dominant posture to you.
Yeah.
Like even down to a lot of people don't know. You know the Rolls Royce sign. You know that's a woman giving head.
What?
What?
Yeah,
I thought it
Rolls-
had wings on it or something.
No, that's the dress.
you're talking about the
Talk
double
about the
R.
R.
Yeah, no, the bird,
Oh shit,
that's a
the
woman
one
giving
joint.
head, but it was
Whoa.
at first it was her on her knees, and then the guy's wife was like, "Yo, give her more dignity, have her at least stand up."
Dang.
So it's basically her giving head, and it's not wings, it's a dress on backwards.
That's crazy. You
Besides
just
all
It's
this
very
shit.
interesting.
game, y'all. You learn something new here to preserve, man.
No, that's
But
it.
They
women
didn't hit his
want to
dominance.
be dominated for the most part.
For the most part.
But I think it's interesting that would be the position that men would feel the most dominant, because I feel like that might be the most that women are ever in control. So women feel like they are dominant in the giving of the head. So
Yeah,
it's a little
yeah,
strange.
yeah.
But that's
Because you
always-
control
But there's
too.
always a space when women are submissive, they're in control because
Yep.
because
If you're
a
smart,
woman-
Yep,
if-
that
say
is
it again,
true.
say it again.
If
That
a
is
woman
true.
comes to me and be like, yo, E, I need $200, like, yo, you want to give it a what? She's not in control. She comes to me and she says, baby, I just feel like I just been working so hard and I just can't. You feel what I'm saying? She's
So why
submitting
all
to me.
that? She asking without asking for it.
Yeah.
Not understanding their power. That's something we definitely got to touch on next
I'll
episode.
tell you that right now.
Yeah.
I wish that more women knew that.
Yeah.
When they look at being submissive as being some type of negative state.
Yeah.
Like you're not
It's
understanding.
not
you
at
got
all.
your man.
That's
in
her
the
ego.
plans.
You get
That's her
forward.
ego, which is very
He gonna
important.
eat out the palm of your
She
hand.
like, my man is so strong, my man is so hard. That's still pump your head.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah, it's still pump your head.
That's what we say this all the time. You even if you're somebody that's actually thinking selfishly, you can still be in a position to where you're getting what you want by doing that type of shit.
Yeah.
If you are a feminine, cooperative, submissive woman, you got your man in a
Women are in the best position to manipulate. If a woman goes out and buys me something I really want, let's say it's a $400 pair of shoes. Come her birthday, I'm gonna spend $4,000.
We going up. Yeah. They don't know.
Because all we looking for is to be
Appreciate.
appreciated and a little bit of reciprocation. You
We
like,
don't
man,
understand.
how you even know it's
Yeah.
up?
Oh, you
know
know
what
what
I'm
I'm
saying?
saying? Like, we are so simple, and this is what we do this type shit for. Whenever we get into this relationship type bag, is to understand the power that y'all got. We try to help you get what you want.
Cause you'll pay $3,000 for the vacation, and all she paid for is the $300 worth of excursions. And you feel like
that you didn't want to do.
that you
didn't want to do.
You ain't want to go horseback riding.
We got the massages at 7:30. 7:30? Fuck it. All right, I'm gonna go there, yo. All right.
I'm getting massaged. I still got my socks on.
Whole time she charged into the room. You paid for that shit.
First of
You
all,
paid for that shit.
Yeah.
But that's. You got one more? We gonna wrap it up. You got one more?
It was one more, but which one I did the first one? Well, I feel like we should just go ahead with the second one. So how long does it take for a man to know that they found the right one after y'all just discussed all that?
They ain't have no questions on asking about being happy with a man or
Right
anything like
one.
this.
How to make a man happy.
They trying to figure how to get it, that
What
nigga.
can I do to be in a position to be a wife or any of that? It's just all these type of things.
How do you know you got the one? I knew it.
How
And
do you
these was
know?
all questions before the show even came.
Right.
I was
Like,
gonna say
what
this is stuff that came in
The
early.
plethora of shit that we add, when we talk about on here, that's what they hit you with?
Yep.
But that's what y'all want,
That's
that's
what
what
they
y'all
wanna
want to
know.
do. So how long do you figure out, how long do you realize, or how long do you know that she's your wife? How long does it take?
Yep.
It depends about a man knowing himself and knowing what he
Absolutely. When you're in a healthy state, you can understand what healthy is. Like me personally dating, we're not even in a relationship until I see you through all seasons. That's step one, right?
That's
I'm not
key.
I never was a habitual dater, or serial dater, like a serial relationship person. So me, I'm going to date you through all seasons. I got to see you around my birthday and your birthday for the shit that we just talked about.
Yep.
I might not even want nothing, but I got to see how where's your appreciation level? That's step one. Step two, doing wifely things while we're dating, because I got to do husband things while we're dating. Like I might not even know you. You could actually, going back to it, I could be a person that's just stepping out. You still my girlfriend at the time, because I got to make sure that you get back to wherever you're going safely. I can't just $40. All right, go ahead, catch this Uber from Colombia. That's on you. I can't do that.
From Colombia.
So a woman, to me, showing her wifely duties from the rip. Like my wife, off the rip, she was cooking. Off the rip, she was doing that, and it wasn't something that she felt like she had to do, or something that she needed to do, or something that she wanted to do. Like it wasn't even a conversation. Yo, this is what I'm doing. Even as far as allowing me to lead, like nobody wants to be in a position to where it's a tug of war, where I got to figure out.
Like you carrying the groceries and pumping the gas, it wasn't a thought. That's just like
It's natural. It's natural.
Like,
when I'm leaving your house, whether we fucking with each other or not, when I'm leaving your house, I know I park next to the dumpster.
Yeah.
Fuck is all this trash doing right here? I'm just gonna take that out anyway. Like those are things that men would be looking for. Not, oh, I make this money, I did this and I did. We talked about this before. Like you ask a woman a list of the things that she wants out of a man, and then you ask her what does she do to reciprocate that man. She names everything on the list that qualified him. I feel like I'm dating my homeboy. Everything that you said that he wants, or everything that you want, he needs to have to date you. I don't need another car. I don't need another house. I don't need another degree. I got my own money. My money is yours, or ours. Your money is yours anyway. So why are we talking about that? So, in a nutshell, dating throughout the entire seasons, your family too. That's a big part. Like I think people don't pay attention to. Your family. If you a person, let's say you got a crazy uncle or a crazy brother or something like that. Your mother and father's a little off. I look at the whole chessboard. So now me thinking 3-4 steps ahead, that could be potentially my son's grandmother. That could be my son's potential uncle. This ain't gonna mix. This shit ain't gonna work at the wedding anyway. There's gonna be a lot of
toxic.
shit gonna
We
be
already know my family and your family ain't gonna.
That ain't gonna work. I think a lot of people don't pay attention to that. And then because I wanted to talk about it last time and then let you go. We talked about we both commented on it. When the girl, it was like 90 Day Fiance or something. And he said, yo, I was out, I bought all the food, I cooked the food, and then you didn't even think to clean the dishes. Mm-hmm. And then in the comments, remember, I was like, yo, I would be more along. Love is blind. Mm-hmm. I was like in the comments, I would be more along that nobody in her family thought that would have been a good idea to clean the dishes. This man that you talking to, bought all the food, cooked everything, seasoned it up. Ain't nobody in your family, mommy, granny, auntie, even a guy, ain't gonna throw that out there and say
they gonna say I ain't asking them to do it.
A lot of times, how we learn how to be partners, sometimes it's through some maturation that happens within our family structure. Like
exactly.
She teaches her daughter how to be a good woman to a man, and a father teaches his son. And because we don't have those role models sometimes in our household as much, and by removing the men long time ago,
Yeah.
you know, women, you know, even raising their sons or their daughters, they don't know how to, you know, they can't say that because they haven't had a man in their life to tell a woman how to be a good woman to a man because she doesn't have a man, and she obviously can't tell a man how to be a man.
But that excuse is starting to get worn out because what are you teaching them then? All right, you can't teach if you got a son and you're a single mom, or you're a dad and you're a single dad. What are you teaching them? If a mom can't teach a boy how to be a man, what are you teaching them then?
I don't think a woman can. I think she can impart certain philosophies. Like
that's what I'm talking about.
Even though I have both my parents, but my mom, she like even to this day, my father's passed, but my mom will impart certain philosophies on me. You know what I'm saying? So she can still, you know what I'm saying, impart.
That's my point. Because Larry said it all. It's like a man has to teach you how to be a man. But what is mom even? You just not omitted from that now. Oh, he ain't had no
teach you
boy.
how to treat women.
I was about to say,
Exactly.
you gotta teach how to be a man to a woman. Yeah, I was about to say
Like,
that.
oh, you open the car doors. It doesn't take a man to tell a child that.
Exactly.
Or
You're not
like,
you're just not removed from that responsibility now.
But
Oh,
just
he's a
because the dad
fucked up
wasn't
individual because his dad wasn't there.
Nope.
Well, damn, this little nigga don't know how to say
women,
thank you.
And I feel like women might be the best ones to teach it because we know
that's what
that's what we want.
What do you say? We got a name from a woman, got a game from a woman. You feel me? Like it's the truth, but that's what can be taught from a woman to a man. Is how to treat.
So how you?
Me, I look for what I would want to instill in my daughter. So if you don't have, I'm gonna look at all your characteristics. I'm gonna look at how you was raised. I'm gonna look at how you treat other people. I look at all that, like what can be instilled and passed on to my daughter if I was to have one. Like, do you match all the, or just my family period? You know what I mean? So I look at this basically everything you just said, but that's always been my main thing, and I can't help but look at that shit every time if it's a woman I'm interested in, I look at all that shit and again, like you said, all the seasons, I'm the biggest on that because that's where you'll lose it. But overall, you said it all. I ain't gonna lie. Like you said the same shit. Like we pretty much see it the same way. You feel me? So
we're pretty basic across the board. Men are really pretty basic in the necessities that we're looking for: peace, appreciation, admiration.
How you handle conflict?
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
I've had a woman showed me that she was a woman when we was beefing with each other, and she still did whatever she normally did for me. And I was like, dang, that opened my eyes to something completely different. I'm like, dang, it wasn't like a fuck that nigga, he whatever. It was like, nigga, I still love you, but I ain't rocking with you right now.
Right.
And I respected that space enough to be like, all right, well, that made me want to fix it. You know what I mean?
Even if you was in the right.
You know, even if I'm in the right, let's figure it out. I mean, because obviously there's some love and respect there, so I owe you the same regard. You know what I mean? So seeing things like that is what make you stand out to me from other women. You know what I mean? So it's like, damn, the average woman will be like, man, fuck that nigga, disappear or go in another room, be dismissive the entire time, or don't talk to you for days.
Right.
Whatever the case may be. So
yeah, we got the foundation has to be there. The family part is a real big part that people really just don't pay attention to. And now I'm looking like, nah, you're gonna have us in a world of shit.
And that dismantles the as you can see, it affects generations because it dismantles. People don't consider, like, mostly the children, in my opinion, like all this shit happens and we skip that part and we put all that shit into the future of our children. We had children together, but we never fixed this part for ourselves.
Yeah. Right.
Now they fucked up. They only learn the ways that we taught them, not even taught them, but they saw from us and they pick it up and it keeps going and going and going, you know what I mean? So I try to see all, that's the reason I'm careful now. He just had his child, I don't have none yet, but that's the biggest thing where I'm more careful. I feel like once I do it, I want to do it one time with the one person.
Do it right.
You know what I mean? So I was like, I'm very careful when it comes to that kind of
shit,
thing.
you waited this long.
Exactly. So what's the point? What's
I
the
really
point of
feel
getting
that
that? You know what I mean?
when people hold out, it's like it's nowhere in the world. You held
Yeah,
out
you
this
did all
long
that
just
and
to.
end up with her.
That's red flags though.
Oh yeah, man.
No.
Another healthy conversation, man. The reserve lunch table, we wrap that one up.
Yeah, shout out to Brooke.
Super healthy
Thanks for
shop
having
with
me,
Brooke
guys.
coming
This
through.
was nice.
I get you back.
Brooke house
I
down
get
for
you
the
back.
ladies.
Yes.
We gonna get some more ladies on here, don't worry, but we ain't getting the mouthy ones that just wanna this ain't battle with the sex, it's just a,
Damn sure ain't bad on the side. I know it feel like it sometimes, but Uncle Love and Uncle BJ just want y'all to get everything that you're looking for.
You feel me?
And some of y'all, thank God you wrong. I'm trying to get you the promise.
From healthy perspective.
Yeah. It may be harsh. It may feel like it's harsh, but shit.
You got processes to bring it back.
Don't worry, y'all. We won the battle. Don't even worry about that. We won the tape. You know we won.
Go ahead, cry. You gonna win.
Table.